This was so damn on brand for the Minnesota Vikings. The group chat was on fire last night as we're laughing at collectively at the Vikings misery. Great game. I mean, not if you're a Vikings fan, but holy crap. I'm talking a surefire win. I'm talking about as surefire as the Chiefs last night before Edwards-Helaire, the sophomore, put it on the turf. A chip shot. I mean, a chip shot from a kicker nobody's effing heard of, but of course it's the Vikings who have the worst luck at kicker, worst luck in general, but especially a kicker. A chip shot, and he misses it. I mean, at the time I'm celebrating, I'm ecstatic because I think it saves my parlay. It ended up doing so. But just total Vikings loss. They still cover, so I hit them both ways. They had the Cardinals money line, the Vikings to cover, 1 point loss. I mean, we're discussing like, hey, what if they got a safety and all of a sudden they lose by 3 in OT? Et cetera. What if they miss an extra point, they lose by 1, and then of course the kicker misses the field goal, and it's just the most comedically perfect Vikings loss always. With this team. It's crazy, and it's got to stop because Kirk Cousins, the slander is there. Yes, he's not done it in a big game. He's primetime Kirk, but look at the stats from this past week and the stats so far in the 2 games that the Vikings have started 0-2. It's simply on Mike Zimmer right now. Kirk Cousins, glasses on. I got some stats here for you. Tons of stats this week here. 72%, 595 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks against 2 solid defenses, right? The Cardinals, that team made Tennessee look asinine in week 1. I know the NFL is weird. So many things that happen one week are just bound to happen the opposite way the next. But then the Bengals also looking strong as a defense. That's not a bad defense. Kirk Cousins in his 4-year Viking career, 12,000 yards, just about 96 touchdowns, 29 picks. That's pretty good. It hasn't led to anything, right? But it's got to stop with it's Kirk Cousins. It's Mike Zimmer. Zimmer's been good 1 year, bad the next. No real growth during his time. This was supposed to be the year, if he's according to that pattern, that they were supposed to be good again. They're about to go 0-4. I said this last week. They probably should have been 1-1. But the kicking woes continue, and the bad luck continues to suffer for Vikings fans. They're 0-2. But Zimmer's got to be on the hot, him or Joe Judge for sure, the hot seat. So the first one's going this year, before this year is over. Maybe the Black Monday right before the playoffs. I don't know. But unless Zimmer turns things around with that defense, it is going to be tough. Tough day for Paul Allen, who it's a hilarious call. I've retweeted it on Twitter where he's a total homer. He's a great broadcaster. He's been sports talk radio host for decades. He's the horse track announcer guy. He's the Vikings guy. He's got the Minneapolis miracle call where he's like falling out of his chair in celebration. Go listen to it because it sounds like, first of all, he says the kick is good. And I want you to imagine if you're listening to this in your car as a Viking fan, how ecstatic you are for the split second where he is celebrating, saying that the kick is good because he wasn't looking at the refs. He was looking at the side of the field goal from the press box, trying to see if that was in. And he was probably holding a money line ticket for the Vikings, probably pretty stiff, if you know PA, pretty stiff money line ticket. And his heart just gets ripped out as he has a pretty blunderingly embarrassing call that ends up going viral. Props to him, though he wore it, said it was his bad.